no need for me to respond to my past lover at that.
If your ex reaches out on your birthday or any given day and says, hey, big head, just checking on you, happy birthday, good to see you with your fine ass, yada, 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 you saying it's a violation if you even respond? I'm asking.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So
with your fine, oh my God, come on. I don't need to receive a happy birthday from my ex-lover. I will feel I disrespected you, so I won't respond. There's no access to me to anybody I've had a relationship with in the past.
At ease, brothers. You know, brothers, I'm gonna keep it 100. You know, I was talking to, a few of my different friends, last night and this morning. And I'm not gonna lie, brothers. Like there's a degree of embarrassment that comes with getting online and sharing my brothers an experience where a woman did me a certain kind of way. Like there, when I pause and think about it, there's a degree of embarrassment that comes with that, bro. And to be honest, man, if I wasn't sold, I wouldn't be sharing this. Like, you gotta understand, and this is just the code I live by. This is just a code that me and my brothers in the power circle live by. Like, it makes absolutely no sense for a man to make a mistake, to move wrong, to make a poor decision. It makes absolutely no sense for a man to make a bad decision and then the brothers in his circle make that same decision. It makes absolutely no sense. So last night, man, me and the brothers in the power circle had a call, man, and should we put old Soul on the chopping block? You know what I'm saying? We got on there, man. We were talking about this same situation as the video I posted yesterday, and we were just deciphering it, man. Like boom, 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 boom. Not, talk about this, man, and came to a lot of solid conclusions, man. And to be honest, man, I really just wanted to extend the olive branch of appreciation, man, to my brothers that have always supported me on YouTube, man, and continue this conversation from yesterday, right? So one thing I'll say is this, brothers. One thing we have to do as far as, pertaining to women that we bring into our lives, one thing we have to do is really recalibrate the way we see the Proverbs 5 woman, right? Like all of us are aware of the Proverbs 5 woman. All of us are aware of the attributes and what's going to happen. And she takes you to death and all the men are lined up at her door. And she has a mouthpiece that's smooth as oil and the whole shebang. We all know that. But in our minds, I believe we subconsciously think this woman is going to be walking around town with her butt cheeks out and horns pretty much coming out of her head. And I know that's an extreme example, but I think a lot of us, when we imagine this woman, it's the wild woman. It's the loud woman. It's the twerking woman. It's the booty cheeks out woman. And of course, those women fit in their own categories. They may be Proverbs 5 women, maybe they aren't, but they are red flags. But you have to understand, man, that Proverbs 5 energy is smart, is cunning. We're sitting here looking for a toxic woman when whole time this Proverbs 5 woman is the sweet little woman next door, is the librarian, is the barber, is the teacher. You know what I'm saying? It's the quiet one. And you have to understand that when the Bible talks about, yeah, man, her mouth and lips will be like as sweet as honey and slick as oil. Like in our minds, we may think that, this is going to be the woman that's talking all these sexual things in our ear and all this right here. Again, this energy is cunning. So this energy is going to be talking about, yeah, let's build a life together. Yeah, da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, positive things. Yeah, good. It's going to be talking a completely different lingo. It's smart. So the first thing we have to understand, man, is we have to recalibrate our minds and understand what that Proverbs 5 woman really is. It's not what we think it is. She doesn't look like we think she will. You know what I'm saying? Fast forward to something, man. I want to talk about us being spiritual leaders in relationships. I think it's vital that every single man should be the go-to when it comes to a pathway to spirituality in his relationship. And I bring that up because I had that conversation with Evelyn. Like when Evelyn and I started moving in a certain direction, started making plans, and rings start going on fingers, and we start talking about building businesses, I said, sit down for a second. We got to chop for a second. I said, you have to understand what comes with this. You have to understand that since we're moving in a certain manner, that certain things come as a result of this. In other words, you have to understand that by law, if you push hard to the right, then a little residue of the left is going to come and see you just to recalibrate, just to balance out. It's just the way of the world. I say you have to understand that if we want to call this energy we walk in light, you have to understand that darkness will see it, will show itself. Again, brothers, that serpent is always crawling around in the garden. So us being men of understanding, man, we have to be men that have those type conversations to eliminate a whole lot of madness. But to be honest, man, sometimes those conversations are had too late. Sometimes you're having those conversations and the deeds are already done. Sometimes your woman is already creeping. I'm gonna tell you this, brothers. When it comes to your woman, stepping out and your woman doing XYZ, I'm gonna tell you this, brothers. Never discredit your intuition. Never discredit your intuition, brothers. Like a lot of brothers are always talking about, looking through cell phones or checking emails or putting trackers on vehicles and all this other stuff. Brother, you don't have time to entertain all that. I'm going to tell you this. If your woman is cheating on you, it's right in front of your face. It's right in front of your face. Like if you standing on your square, if you're standing on your truth and you're tied to that gut intuition, it's right in front of your face, bro. Every single time is right in front of your face. So I'm going to tell y'all how this went down, man. I'm going to share with my brothers how the whole shebang went down. So one thing about Evelyn that an attribute of hers that I really liked was that she had a level of ambition in her. She had this drive about her that I'll say, you know what, that's dope. She had this drive of moving forward and starting businesses and all this stuff. And I can remember when she was expanding her business, she had bought a new location and all this stuff and was getting ready to hook it up. I can remember, man, just catching a red eye, middle of the night. I'm like, shit, I'm gonna pull up and help you. So I pull up in the middle of the night, man, and I'm helping her, man. We hanging stuff on the walls. I'm painting and wallpapering and all kind of stuff, man, because I'm proud of her. I'm proud of what she's doing. And if she's my woman, of course, I want to pour into her, right? But around this time, man, I can remember just looking on her Instagram page one day. And a beautiful thing, man, and one thing that I was very proud of Evelyn about, man, is, she had built a very prestige, a very solid clientele, man. She had NFL players and she had, all kind of people that moved in high vibrations as clients. And I'm gonna tell you, man, like, I never felt threatened by that. Like, I always promoted that, like, let's get some more clients, right? So that was never an issue. But I can remember looking through her Instagram one page and I'm scrolling and I'm seeing the NFL players. I'm seeing all these, these other guys, her clients. And I remember there was this one guy, just a regular old smegular Joe, man. I'm seeing his picture and I can see something in this picture, bro. Intuition. I can feel just a regular old haircut. I'm like, I can see something in this picture. And I asked her at one point in time, I said, hey, this guy right here. I said, did you date this guy or something? Like, not that I'm tripping, but like, I can tell there's something between y'all. Did y'all date or anything? She's like, nah, I barely even know this guy. Like, I really don't even know him. And I said, damn, like, that's weird that I would get that feeling. Huh, no big deal, right? Time would pass, man. And, you know, she would always post her clients. You might see the same client 3 or 4 or 5 times over the course of several weeks. And I can remember seeing another picture of her and this guy. And again, me almost forgetting about the first time I asked her, I saw the same energy again. And I remember talking to her and I said, like, you sure you didn't talk to this guy? Like, y'all didn't date? Y'all haven't gone out for lunch? No, nothing? She was like, I barely even know him. He's a solid client. He pays. He's always there. But that's about all I know. I don't know nothing about. I don't know if he's married. I don't know if he got kids. I don't know nothing about this guy. And I was just like, damn, that's weird. Like, I never get that feeling, right? Anyway, fast forward, you know, Evelyn and I are talking about, building a life together. You know, we're talking about starting businesses, and you know, we're talking about the future. And I'm explaining to her, like, you know, well, in the next year and a half or so, like, I'm gonna be all over the place. Because we were talking about building her a business in Texas. I said, well, I'm gonna be like, you know, I might be 6 months in Cairo, I might be 3 months in Zimbabwe. I'm gonna be all over the place, right? So she was like, I wanna build a business like you have. Like, I want a world like you have, right? This digital world. And I'm like, well, shit, say less. Say less. I'm like, I can build these in my sleep. Exit strategies plug. Y'all holler at me. So over the course of the next few months, I put her in position. Built a YouTube channel where we were giving game on there, man. They got to the point where that thing got monetized right at the end. Put her in position to write a book about how to get you a husband, because hell, I'd put a ring on it. Put her in position to build courses to teach women how to do X, Y, Z, because I put her in position. Put her in position to build this membership platform, Planet 9, so she can get the bag. Put her in position, man. Put her in position to the point where in the next 12 to 18 months, she would have easily generated $80,000 to $120,000 off of just this small little kingdom. And the reason I'm bringing this up, brothers, is because a lot of times we'll put value on things that we think that will you know, we can put a woman in a certain position, or we can pay all the bills, or we do, like a woman is going to automatically be a certain way. The reason I bring this up, man, is because you have to understand, and I talk about this all the time. You have to understand that there is nothing that can outride a person's truth. Why do you think I talk about truth so much? Nothing can outride a person's paradigm. Nothing can outride a person's trauma. Nothing can outride a person's truth. You know, Evelyn was in position, man, where she could have walked away from her job at any point in time. You know what I'm saying? So that part of life was just like not even a discussion of how life was made. You know, life in the bedroom and life in all other sectors of life was doing exactly what it was supposed to do. But you can't outride a person's truth, right? Fast forward, man. Again, I put Evelyn in position. Boom. First YouTube video goes up, right? Like, this thing is finna happen. Like, I'm finna make it do what it do, right? First YouTube video comes up, right? I come back to Texas, man. I'm on the phone with Evelyn. Evelyn is saying, yeah, you know, me and one of my clients, we're getting ready to record a video. I'm like, record a video? I'm like, video on YouTube been up for 5 minutes, and now you a whole content creator collaborating and all this shit? Like damn, like, she said, yeah, but it didn't work because, you know, the audio was jacked up and da-da-da-da-da. And the whole time I'm thinking, like, damn, that's weird. All of a sudden you behind the camera now, you, right? Now, I didn't find out at the time, but way on down the road, I found out that it was the same guy that she didn't know, right? Later on down the road, the same guy that I don't know nothing about him was the guy she's about to do a whole video with, right? Which I'm not tripping on a video because I collab with women. So, you know, I understand that, hey, you know what? Men and women dynamic, like, it is what it is, right? But again, small little red flags start to creep up, right? And I can remember Again, some time fast forwarded, and again, another post like she posted every other client. And I see this post, and it's almost just like the vibe is just like, I'm like, it's just overwhelming now what I see. It's just a picture from the naked eye, but the energy is so different. The song of choice. And I called her up. And I said, are you sure? Like keep it 100 with me. Are you sure that I'm just tripping? Like, nothing's going on with you with this guy? And she was like, no, like this guy is gross. She said, this guy comes in and XYZ. She says every time he's talking, his teeth are coming out of his mouth because he ain't got no real teeth. And she went down this whole chain of jacked up attributes about the guy. And I'm like, well, damn, if he's that jacked up, I must be tripping. Never discredit your intuition, brothers. Never discredit it, man. So fast forward, brothers, I'm going to tell you how stuff started to go down, man. So we had these platforms going up. We had YouTube channels going up. We had Instagram channel. And I don't really do that Instagram. You know, she pretty much handled all that. And one day she said, hey, you ought to get on the Instagram channel with me so you can kind of see and interact with people, because people will be DMing, asking questions about relationships. And once I got on the app, of course, we're both getting notifications, but she's always handling that. Like, I really ain't got time to be, you know, doing all that kind of stuff, right? So days go by. And I'm going to tell you something, brother. I'm going to tell you something. And I normally wouldn't tell nobody this. It's like when I feel certain things, when my intuition does a certain thing, I'll summon my ancestors. I'll go inside, man, and summon the energy of my ancestors, man, to display things for me. And it wasn't but 1 or 2 days after I did that, brothers. One or 2 days after I did it. I'm sitting here at home chilling. Bing. Notification, Instagram, shared page, right? And I'm looking. And I said, this is the guy that I'm always talking about. Like what question does he have? Boom, click on it. A message that I didn't see coming. Now, I don't know if he messaged the wrong box. I'm assuming he thought he was messaging her inbox and just saw her icon and messaged the wrong box. But I'm reading this and it's lame. It's a very lame comment, but you can tell that it goes far beyond just cutting hair. I could tell instantly that the whole, you know what? Oh, I don't even know him. I could tell that shit was garbage. You know, he made some kind of sexual innuendo to her body parts and this. And then the part that tripped me out, she had this cup in her hand and it had something like, hubby is hot. And then he made another comment saying, oh, well, the cup is almost to discredit the fact that you're in a situation. So I see this, right? And of course, the soul that I am wants to get online and damn near just video call him like, bro, like, fuck is up? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck are you doing type shit? But I said, no, man, like, this is the perfect play. So I sit back in the cut, bro. I sit back in the cut and I observed. I said, every time that notification goes off within a few minutes, brother, she's on it. She's in there. She's talking. I said, I'm going to sit back and observe how this is going to go down. Because now she's in a position where she has to show her hands on what this really is, man. An hour goes by. No response. 2 or 3 hours go by. No response. End of the day go by. She's getting ready to get off work. No response. So I call her. So I text her. I said, Evelyn, I said, when you get home, I need you to call me. I said, not just call me, I need you to FaceTime me. In other words, I need to be able to look you in your face when we have this conversation. She's like, okay. I could already sense the nervousness in the text, bro. So she gets home, she FaceTimes me. And before the conversation can even start, I can see pretty much the words bullshit wrote on her forehead. I can almost see the words bullshit on her forehead. She's Bojangles tap dancing from the get-go. Yeah, that was bull. I saw it. I didn't know if you saw it. That was bull crap. He violated me by coming at me like that. He know we don't get on. He violated my future husband. Yeah, he's done. I'm done with him as a client. And the whole time I'm like, damn. And the Academy Award goes to type shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, well, if you that aggressive about it, let me digress. Okay. Like, damn, you heated. Okay. No response to him. I said, have you talked to the guy? Does he know you're pissed off about this? Have you talked to him? No, I ain't talked to him. I'm just discontinuing him as a client. I said, okay. So life went back to normal, brothers. Life went back to normal. And I can remember, hell, I don't know if it was days later. I don't know if it was a week. I don't know what it was. I'm getting ready to make a thumbnail for YouTube. And I said, you know what, man? She has this picture I've seen of her that I'm going to use for a thumbnail. I said, let me go on her page and find this picture. I'm going to tell you this, man. When it comes to like Instagram, I ain't up on looking at nobody's pages. I ain't looking at nobody's stories, really. You know what I'm saying? So I go on her page and I'm scrolling looking for this picture. And I see this dude, which there are several pictures of him on the page. Right? And I call her and I'm like, hey, like, I don't want to see this shit. I don't, the dude, like I let you handle the situation. Dude crossed the line, dude violated. I let you handle it. I'm not trying to get on your page and see you grooming this dude. Take that shit off your page, right? Like take that off your page. It's not even the conversation. Now let me let you know this, brother. I'll say over the course of a year and a half, there's probably been one or two times where Evelyn has reached out to me and said, hey, you know what? So like, hey, I was looking at your page and up in your archives, I see where you got this picture of your ex, back in 2017 type shit, right? And I'm like, word? And I'm like, well, shoot, let's handle it. Like, let me delete this. Like, this is not even a conversation. Like, say less. End of story. Keep it moving, right? That's probably happened once or twice. No discussion. Fast forward back to this situation. I'm saying, take this dude off your page, right? And, I'm going about my way. What do you think her response was? What do you think her response was to that? First off, you're talking about a man that's put a ring on it, a man that's put you in position to retire at any point in time you want to and do your own thing, a man that's talking about moving forward in life with you. And we're talking about a guy that's crossed the line on both ends of us. And I say, take that shit off your page. What do you think the answer would have been? The answer should have been, damn, babe, my bad. I forgot. Let me delete this shit. Let's keep life moving. You would think that's what the answer would have been. This chick said, I said, take the picture off your page. This chick said, well, you still friends with your, no, she said, you still follow your ex on YouTube. First off, this is what I said. I'm going to be honest with you, brothers. First thing I said was, my ex got a YouTube channel? Like what the, huh? My ex had a YouTube channel from 3 years ago that I made a comment on 2 or 3 years ago. She only had 1 or 2 videos. I had to do my research to find that. So that was something that struck me crazy. But the main thing that I brought to attention, I said, so you're comparing me and an ex to you and this guy? Like, are you saying these two situations are parallel? Like, make it make sense. I'm late for a call, brother. I had to get off. I said, you know what? Take this shit off your page. I had a couple of consultations, man. So I'm tied up getting the bag for a couple of hours, right? Working. I get off my call. I'm going straight to the gram. I cut my phone on. Boom, boom, boom. I see dude picture still on the page. Boom. I call up. I said, it's been 3 hours. It's been 4 hours. Why am I still looking at this guy's picture on your page? What do you think she said, brothers? Oh, well, shit, I got caught up. Let me delete this shit now. Hell to the no. She said, well, 2 years ago, I was at your house and you were supposed to cook me some chicken and you didn't cook me no chicken. Brother, you got to understand, at that point, I'm like, what in the entire fuck is going, what? What are you even talking about and what's taking place? Red flags are popping up. I'm like, oh shit. At that point, brothers, I'm going to tell you this. It wasn't until the last 3 minutes of my relationship when I understood what was going on. Red flags are going off, bro. And I'm saying, and this is what I said. Right then, I knew what was going on. I said, let me just make sure I'm not tripping. I said, Evelyn, let me make sure I'm not tripping, right? I said, are you telling me, like we talking about the same guy that did XYZ, the same guy I've been asking you about for several months. The same guy that, did all this stuff, all this situation. Are you telling me you aren't going to take this picture offline? Well, you remember that time boom, I hung the phone up, bro. I'm gonna tell you what I did, bro. I went straight to YouTube, boom, trashed it, burned it down. Straight to Instagram, boom, burned that account down. Anything that had our business name associated with it, unplugged it. Called her back, I said it's over with, hung up. I'm gonna tell you why I did that, brothers. I'm gonna tell you exactly why I did that. And it's because I'm a man of understanding. Of course, in that moment, do you think I was pissed off, man? I just found out my fiance is apparently, messing with some dude for how long? I have no idea. Am I upset about that? Bro, yeah, that shit was burning in real time. But at the same time, man, it was something much bigger going on, is what I was responding to, brothers. It was something much bigger going on. You got to ask yourself this question, bro. You have to ask yourself the question of why do you think the serpent was attacking Eve in the Garden of Eden? The serpent wasn't attacking Eve to get to Eve. The serpent was attacking Eve to get to Adam. And it wasn't that the serpent was attacking Eve to get to Adam just to get to Adam. The serpent wanted that source that was inside of Adam. See, a lot of men drop the ball, man, because we don't understand that this source is what it is. We don't understand this sanctum, this holy place within us. When we talk about receiving this knowledge, when we talk about talking to God and all this spiritual stuff, brother, this is where it takes place. This is your life force. So when you see a man that's up on a bridge, he's doing bad and all this stuff, it's because he's allowed somebody at some place to get to this point. So it was much bigger than, man, I just found out my woman was creeping. It was bigger than that, man. And I'm only saying that because I've been to that place. I've allowed a serpent to enter my relationship through my Eve and get to me and rob me of that life force. So before even addressing that, brother, I had to close the shop up. You know what I'm saying? It's like when somebody's getting ready to rob those jewelry stores and they hit that button and it's just like, pa-pow, pa-pow. Like, bro, lock that up. It was much bigger than the situation that was going on. Did it hurt? Bro, that stung. I done sit here and put a woman on point and put her in position. And to be honest, if I'm keeping it 100 with you, man, a woman that really wasn't even on my level, if we keeping it 100. A woman that I just found to be sweet, a woman that I had love for and brought her on. Did that shit hurt? Yes, man, but it's something much bigger going on in that, bro. And to be honest, man, it's much bigger than that. Like the reason I can even get online and talk about this is simply because I can see things for what it is. Again, does it hurt to have out? Yeah, it hurts, man. But you got to understand something, brothers. And it's really an issue we got to start addressing or really start identifying. Like a lot of, I'll say it like this. The reason why on this day right here, man, that I have absolutely no anger towards Evelyn is because I'm more hurt than I am pissed off. And when I say hurt, I'm more hurt at the fact that at some point in time, man, somebody fucked her up. At some point in time, I don't know if it's somebody touching her. I don't know if it's somebody abusing her. I don't know if she saw her parents doing. I have no idea. But at some point in time, something fucked her up to the point where you can present a golden goose to a chick, and she want to run towards what I'll call a zero. Because if you could see the guy, man, the guy could even walk in my shadow, man. So it's much deeper than that, bro. You have to understand how strong trauma is, man. And I say that to say, man, like a lot of us, man, that are single parents, or a lot of us that are in relationships and have these households and have kids, you have no idea that the fact that you bring in some man and woman in your house every weekend and you stroking in every weekend and you going out drinking and clubbing and all these stuffs and you have no idea that you are damaging the next 500 years of your generation. It's bigger than people cheating, bro. Like at some point, we got to start getting to the root cause of like why this place is fucked up. At some point, we got to start asking our questions, asking ourselves like what is our truth? I even have to ask myself, like, because a part of me had to vibrate to that part of her. I could sit there and say a woman did all X, Y, Z. It was my fault, bro. Like, I take accountability for that. Some part of me that was vibrating low had to attach to the part of her that was vibrating low. You know what I'm saying? It's about identifying that truth. It's about reassessing yourself. I think there are very few women, like
That's very hard, though, to tell a woman.
To tell a woman what?
That she may be the fault of the reason things keep happening to her.
Why would it be hard? And I'm not disagreeing, but I'm want to know why you think that.
Because there's good women out there who continuously give men chances, and they're like a repeated cycle, and can't figure out why these men are doing them dirty when it's really the same man every single time. But yet it's not, they don't deserve that. They're just, something within themselves is telling themselves they don't deserve better, or I know I can get this, so I'm sticking to this.